One, we're live. Hey guys, it is Saturday. It is 2 p.m. Eastern Time. 8 o'clock for Klaus. What is it? Brucey? What is it? Noon your time?
Yeah, it's now afternoon.
So, me and Hank are at 2 o'clock. Hot day. Well, how hot is it there, Hank? It's fairly warm here.
Yeah, it's was 71 now.
That's not too bad. It's supposed to get 90s next week. It's going to be crazy
Next
hot.
week.
Yeah. So, anywho, another week gone by. A lot of work, a lot of mowers, a lot of trimmers. I actually got a hedge trimmer in. Bless you, Klaus. I got a hedge trimmer in that was a Sears 22-inch gas trimmer, and he snapped the lower blade. I've never seen anyone literally pulled it apart, snapped it. And
Wow.
a friend of mine said, what did he try to cut rebar or something, But I'm just wondering, it must be Chinesium or something, right? So I go online. This trimmer, it's a 22-inch trimmer, 26cc, I believe it is. And I think it's AYP. It goes for $170 at Sears, it's Craftsman.
Yeah.
Just the one blade that broke. If you go to Sears Parts or AYP, $71 for the one blade. So then you look underneath, like Amazonian or something, and you get the Chinesium blades, and they ranged anywhere from $60, $70 a set to like $35 a set. And they looked about the same. It's just which Chinese company you want to deal with. So I got like a little bit of a mid-range one or whatever, because the guy said, I don't want to spend more than $50 total. All right. I said, okay. So I figured get a set that would cost me, say, 38 and then make $12. Take me, 10 minutes to put it together, whatever. So they came today, and they're silver, like a silver color, where the factory ones are like a black oxide color, So we'll see what happens. But hey, Arch is here. Mr. Arch.
Hey, Arch.
Noel's here. Everybody else is here.
Hi, Arch.
7 o'clock in the UK. Snapper. Which snapper though? A rear engine rider, my favorite. I love my rear engine rider. It's weird, Hank. It's warm. It's cool outside, but I even have a central air on, but it feels humid.
It went down to 7 here last night, Klaus.
Wow.
It is. There's a slight breeze out there. It doesn't feel very humid, but in the house it does feel.
Even though I get the air on, it still feels humid.
Yeah.
Our humidity's been high, and it's been cool outside, so it's been quite strange. We're having a really weird spring. As soon as the cloud goes, does the cloud go in front of the sun, or does the sun go behind the cloud?
Well, last year we didn't need air conditioning till like July 4th. It was very nice. But this year, I don't know. It's been like a cold day, and then like last night we had wicked rainstorms yesterday. Thunder, lightning, all kinds of rain. And this morning everything's dried up, windy, and like 70s.
Wind will sure dry things up, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We've only had a half an inch of rain. I go back and forth from metric to standard all the time. We had a half an inch of rain in 4 weeks. That's it.
Wow.
I had 25 mil from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. today.
That would be nice just for a few days.
Well, it's kind of wet.
It is wet.
Yeah, but here an inch of rain, it'll wash off in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it takes a quarter out here. It takes a quarter of an inch just to get the sidewalks and the streets wet.
Yeah. But then you get that smell, that tar smell or concrete smell.
Yeah.
When it
And
gets
then you get the good smell after that.
Yeah.
Hank was
I'm gonna
saying,
get a coffee. I'll be right back.
Hank was saying the other day, you need to water. What'd you say, Hank? Like 6 inches in order for it to get into the soil?
Oh, yeah. For it to be a good rain or penetrant in the dirt, 6 inches at least. Yeah.
As Klaus, you were saying, if it's not that deep, the roots will work up the way to it.
Yeah. They'll sort of turn around and go for the water.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Crazy.
TGM, hello.
TGM.
Johnny Bravo.
Hello, John.
Johnny
he's always on Arch's channel when Arch does his live. Johnny's over there.
Yeah.
He does. I think Johnny's got what the hell's he got? Is Johnny the one with the Tornado Trofeo that he's restoring? Someone's got the Oldsmobile he's restoring. I thought it was Johnny. Clean Sweep. What's that? Near and out of business. Nighttime alive. Washington State. Yeah, so 3 o'clock, so it's 11 o'clock your time. Usually I do it at 2 o'clock this time because most of my viewers and participants here are in Europe. So it's 7 to 9 o'clock at night over there. So, but we got friends in Australia. It's, 12, 13 hours difference. New Zealand. I got my friend Mega's over there. Sometimes he comes on. It's like 15 hours difference. So we're all over the lot. We got Brucey, who's 2 hours behind
John-
us.
Johnny Bravo says that Hank, your picture's fussy, and you are a little fussy.
Is it? Let's see. Hold on.
Who's fussy? Me?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
you
little bit
are.
fussy. Yeah,
What
a
are you
little fussy.
using? You on the phone or the iPad or PC?
Why am I fussy?
I don't know,
You
and
are.
you got a lag as well.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me go off and come back on.
Anywho, but this week, like I said, we got the trimmer. Oh, we had a couple of push mowers guy brought to me. The guy who had the trimmer brought some push mowers, and one of them had a blade that was bent about a 1/4 inch. And it was shaking like crazy. I said, all right. So I said, I saw the blade, whatever. All right. So I bought a blade, and it was $20. Get the blade yesterday night. It was raining, so I put it on this morning, shaking just as bad. So I look at the crank.
No.
The crank is a little bit, it was E-Series engine, and I said to him, I said, look. I said, the blade didn't cost that much. You could use it. It's not leaking oil or anything. The seal isn't walled out where it's leaking. It's just enough where it causes, your hands are going to get numb if you mow for 20 minutes. But I know so many people that mow with bent cranks. They don't care.
No.
But
It
I was
runs.
almost tempted to turn it over and take my 5-pounder and give it a couple. And I'm like, nah.
Nah.
'Cause those are just plain. Those are just aluminum in the crankcase. There's no bearings on those things.
No,
So
it's a
if I dent that, forget it. Then the oil will be coming out.
I've done it.
Yeah,
Hi, Mick.
but
Hardy.
Picardi, Dan Solo, Rich Mowers and Blowers going on. But yeah, for some reason, here he comes. Let's see if he's fuzzy. Hold on.
Let's see.
There?
Yeah.
A
It's
little
better.
bit. Let's see.
You look like the guy that was here 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is better, and there's no lag now, Hank.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I
It's all
just,
French to me.
I just hate it when the customers come in. They want it, and literally the next day you call them. Oh, Stella's here. Hold on.
Stella.
Stella.
Hey, girl.
They want it, and then the next day you call them, it's ready. Yeah, how about if I come next Tuesday? And I'm like, you had to have it. I stopped what I was doing. I got it going for you, and now you're telling me you want to wait 4 days?
I've started.
It's always like that.
Yeah.
The ones that does that, I've started. I'm testing out a new approach. I tell people I can push you in front of the line. It will cost you $50.
Yeah, right.
Then they will tell you how urgent it is.
Yeah, I've seen them, Rich. I haven't used one. I've usually just, for the most part, if it's a Honda or something, it's cheaper to buy a crank.
Trouble is, you got to take it all apart.
Yeah, that's true. There's Robert.
I guess that's what we're here for. I guess I shouldn't be so negative.
Yeah. What's going on, Robert?
Hey, Robert.
It's
Hey,
hot,
Robert.
and we have not had rain in so long. It's gonna take I don't know how much water to get the grass to green up, and then get
You
the
can
growth.
have some of mine, Robert. I
Yeah,
had plenty today.
What's the
Yeah,
temperature
well-
down there, Robert? Are you in the 90s or what are you?
yeah, 95
Oof.
by now. Yep.
That's-
What happened?
Nah,
Florida got all that water.
I don't know what's going on. Mother Nature's being bipolar this year. It's like she can't make her mind up what she wants to do.
Yep.
Nah, but finally got the mower pan on the Craftsman GT painted.
Now, is
Got
that
a bracket.
daily- do you use that all the time, or what is that?
What?
The Craftsman mower? Do you use it every week?
Well, I was cutting grass with it when I lived over on Bluegill, but ever since I moved, that mower has not. Yeah, I think it's cut grass here one time, and that's been it.
The shadow knows.
But I said I'm gonna clear coat the pan and the bracketry. Then I gotta go get some 3/8 inch. I gotta get some carriage bolts. Carriage bolts I've got. They're a little bit too top for my taste. I'm like, I gotta get some more carriage bolts to put the bracketry back on the mower pan. And I'm thinking about whether or not to put the anti-scout wheels on the back. Back on it again. But and Sears Parts Direct finally shipped my order. I ordered a new mower pan.
Yeah, you
They
like
finally-
Sears Parts Direct? To me, I don't know. It seems like they take forever.
Yeah, well, they having issues with the system about letting people know what's going on.
Yeah, it just seems like when I look at their website, you could look at the drawings, you find the part. It's generally 20 to 30% higher than Jack's or any of the other ones. They just seem a little bit higher on Sears Direct.
Well, I found some more pans like I like on eBay, but some of these guys, I don't ship.
What you do the whole deck?
How do you do that on eBay when you're not shipped?
Yeah, the mold pan I'm getting is supposed to have everything on it. There shouldn't be nothing I have to do except bolt it up, boom, done. But
we don't have Sears of anything up here. Everything's
well, even in America, there's no more Sears technically. I mean, the only thing you have now is Craftsman at Lowe's because Stanley owns.
Oh yeah, and Ace Hardware.
And if you go in for a part, it has to be within the last few years, or they won't have it.
Yeah.
Well, I heard that California's got most of the Sears stores. They ain't closed them up yet. I'm like, but I said,
Yeah, I didn't think there was any. There's nothing here. It's absolutely. They had
But
Sears.
there's a lot of the Craftsman. If it's an AYP Craftsman, which is probably is, there's usually a translation number into Husqvarna, and you can get it through a Husqvarna dealer.
Yeah, because
the Craftsman stuff was mostly MTD.
Now it is.
Now it is. Yeah.
The old stuff, AYP always started with 532 or the part number.
No. 532 is MTD. 917 is AYP.
Oh, that's right.
917. Yeah.
Yeah, 532 is.
I think it's I hardly any. I probably don't see the AYPs because I'm up on the north side of the 49.
There's a boatload of them here. Every time you see a tractor that's got that brake lever, you lift up and then let it sticks. That's AYP. Or the engagement for the deck that goes up like an upside down J.
Right.
Yeah, because what the now when I went and looked at that Craftsman mower up in Tennessee, so I seen YS, I'm like, yep, that's Husqvarna made. Because Husqvarna has that unique headlight look and the support bracket for the mower in the front and the mower pan, they only use one where AYP used two. I'm like,
and the decks are sort of standardized. There's about 5 or 6 of them. They're pretty standard.
Oh yeah, I watched that guy over in England called Machinery Restore. He just got through redoing a fabricated 50-inch mold pan for this customer, and the thing discharges out the back. I'm like,
Klaus, you've seen a few of those, right? The rear discharges.
On my John Deere, you can take the plastic panel off and it'll shoot out the back.
Here the front mounted mowers we get over here, you have a baffle you can put in, then it'll mulch. If you take it out, it rear discharges.
Right. Same idea. Yeah.
Yeah, but,
Marcus, this guy here, Marcus, is putting mower. Which engine is it though, Marcus? Is it the 15.5, 16.5, 17.5, 18.5 Briggs that uses the either the Walbro or the Nicky? Which carburetor is it? Because with the surging, I'll be honest with you, whenever I have the Briggs single cylinder Intech type engines, I always go with the Walbro or the Walbro clone. Because every time I try the Nicky, I don't care what our friend Bald Eagle, he's good. He knows how to fix it. I don't have any luck with those Nickies. I just buy the Walbro or the Walbro clone. And now, what is it? Rooksing is making the clones?
Yeah. And they're not that expensive, by the way.
No, they're not. What, $30, I think, here. They're nearly not bad. They just started making those clones like 6 months ago. It used to be all Nicky clones.
Yeah. That's right. But I'd stay away from the Nicky design.
Just for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because if you don't change that square O-ring in the middle or any of those other things.
And there's way too much surface area taken up with gaskets and seals and rings.
Oh, here you go, Brucey. Power more. Power less.
Yeah.
No, but I heard that the Walbro spark plugs, they're being made bottle light. I'm like, well.
Yeah, probably. A clean sweep on that engine, though. What does the carburetor have a pilot jet on it? Because if it has a pilot jet, that's usually your hunting and surging. What do you have any kind of model or anything off the engine, or what it is, or what the tractor is, so we can look it up?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the any of the tractor engines, though, Brucey, on those? I know the push mowers.
Yeah.
But you don't really see many tractors, right? MTD.
I see probably 2 tractors a year. That's it.
Yeah. I haven't seen too many of the only MTD tractors I've seen are the Cub Cadets. I see a lot of the Cub Cadet ones. You know.
Oh yeah, was it? And somebody did it. Oh yeah, Donnie Boy did that video about the blade spindles. People are messing up the star pattern on them.
Well,
I'm like, yeah.
The blade I did the other day, the one I was telling you about, the bent crankshaft, it wasn't the star pattern, it was the butterfly pattern. And people, you've got the 3 different ones. You have the 5-lobe star, the 6-lobe star, which is a little pointier, and then the butterfly or bow tie. You know, and the bow tie one is the MTD. It's usually the bow tie.
Yeah, and that got expensive. I forgot what they said they want for a set of blades.
Oh, it's a push mower, Bruce. Oh. He's getting hunting out of a push mower with a power mower. You're familiar with those, right, Bruce?
Yeah.
What do you think for hunting on something like that? Is there a pilot jet on those or no? On the power mowers?
No, I don't think there is. I think he should just take one thou off the input jet and try that.
You can do that. You got a set of thumb drills,
Thumb drill,
yeah, get some thumb drills and open up that jet just a hair. Doesn't take much.
Yeah, get one that fits, and then go up one size and stop. Because if it's flooding after that, you got to get a new jet.
But check the gas too, because I've had a few times where I never trust the customer's gas. I always dump it out. I don't even want to.
I'm using I don't use it for oil change anymore, but I've got a big black oil change bucket, it's only this high, right?
Yep.
And I just turn the lawnmower on the side, dump the gas out before I start anything. Now I'm dumping gas out of everything I work on, and then I just pour it through a filter and check in the filter, and then if the gas isn't yellow, I'll put it back in. You know, like it's
Well, look at the one I just did. It had so much rust in it, you know.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for carrying my weight for me, Hank. I haven't had a video out in 2.5 months.
There you go.
Oh, here's what I need. No, here's what I need, you guys. I need somebody to fix the mowers. I need somebody to take. I need somebody to take the film.
That's what I need. A cameraman.
And upload it, and then I wouldn't have any stress at all.
Yeah.
I'll do everything. Just give me a cameraman or woman. Just give me someone to film. You know, I'll edit. I'll do all the other crap.
Trudy would be great at that.
Oh, Kitty,
but we're never. She's going this way, and I'm going this way, right? But I've done about 7 mowers, and I still haven't got any videos up.
Bruce, I'm hurting my back taking the money to the bank, eh?
Ooh.
I need to get the videos out of these, and I need to get them into the machine.
What's that SD card?
Yeah.
You know what I had the other day, and I almost lost it. Micro SD. I sneezed and I couldn't find it for an hour.
They're small, eh?
Yeah. Oh my God, it was so tiny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, was it? Oh, T-Bone or Riley Small in, and sometimes this is T-Bone doing the camera work while he's doing the actual fixing. I'm like, yeah. But
if I ever asked Miss Potty Mouth to film, you don't want to hear what she'd say.
Yeah. Oh, another day I went and got 25 gallons worth of gas. And I got home and I thought about it. I said, oh, snap. I was at the wrong pump. I bought 25 gallons worth of ethanol gas. I'm like, nope, you got to go. So I told them, I said, you need gas.
At least it wasn't diesel.
Yeah.
Nope. So I had to go back to that same store and go to the other pump that had ethanol free wrote on it. I'm like, but the other store.
Why would people in their right mind want ethanol if they can get ethanol free?
Yeah,
because they don't know what they don't know.
Plus, the ethanol free might be a higher octane, and it'll be a bit more money.
Yeah.
Even the 94 here, Bruce, has got ethanol in it.
I don't know. I haven't checked this year, Wayne. You know what? I've still got gas in my truck from December.
Wow.
But it's not ventilated the same way.
Yeah.
No, and I've been siphoning gas out of that to use in my mowers.
Jake just did a riding mower, big mouse nest on the one side of the twin cylinders.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, making a lot of noise. Can you pick it up? So he said, you blew the head gasket. Well, when we took the overhead valve cover off, bent aluminum rod and no steel rod. Steel rod completely gone.
Yeah, but now you got to take the engine out because it's in the pan.
No. So, we went fishing, buddy. We got a little tiny narrow magnet on an aluminum. It's a flexible aluminum rod. Jake took the head off, right? And he went
Yeah.
inside and he bent that magnet and he pulled that bent steel rod out of the engine.
Really? Yeah. Oh, you
Yeah.
lucked out then. I've
he
never
lucked
been able
out.
to pull one out because every time I've seen them, they usually hit the crank once and get pretzeled, and there's no way you're getting them out.
Yeah, but you get this. I don't know. It's about. I don't know. I think it's about. It's likely 2 feet long, and it's a flexible aluminum handle.
No, I have all that, but the problem is if the push rod bow ties into like spaghetti, the hole isn't big enough to get it out.
Yeah, he was lucky enough that it was bent. I'm gonna guess it was bent.
Like a banana.
Likely, kind of like maybe 30-degree bend in it, but he picked it up on the one end and he says, "Oh, I felt something," and he starts pulling it out and he says, "Look at that."
Nice.
Wow.
You know, I was watching the station called Individualized Repair.
Yeah, he's got a
he's
good
good.
channel.
Yeah, he's good. Yep.
But the last video he did on changing out the rods, he says that everybody says the aluminum one is on the bottom, and it's not. It's on the top. But no, that's wrong.
The aluminum has to be on the intake. The steel's always on the exhaust.
Exactly. And when you follow the valves, it goes down. It's the bottom one, not the top one.
I just, I've seen someone had made a comment in one of our chats where there was one engine he was working on, and he said both push rods were aluminum on the V-twin. Everyone I've seen usually has a steel exhaust and aluminum intake.
Yeah, they do. But I'm wondering, why do they put is it just cost? Like, why don't they put 2 steel ones in?
I don't know.
Or do they think the aluminum, if it gets overheated, the aluminum one will bend and stop the engine before you create more damage?
Well, remember, but the aluminum expands less than the steel.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
the other way around. It's more. No, it's more.
It might be more
heat.
because they're more
It's the other
productive.
way around because the
they're
thermal
more heat
expansion on the
conductive.
steel. That's why you have it on the exhaust side, so they expand at the same rates.
Yeah.
With all the excess heat in the exhaust, you don't want the push rods to expand at different rates, have different clearances. So by
Well, we're
having
putting 2 steel ones in.
having 2 steel will work. Yeah, it'll work. Yeah, it'll work. Yeah.
But
I think the 2 aluminum would work too.
I think I've seen that in an engine. I think a Cowie or something, but usually like the Briggs, it's always 1 steel, 1 aluminum.
Yeah.
And what's new? Back ordered at Briggs and Stratton for OEM.
Push rods?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and I watched James Condon's video the other day on that one generator. That plastic piece broke off in there. I'm like, yeah. He's like, he got lucky on that one.
He
Plastic
gets sent
disc.
a lot of stuff. His customers just send him stuff.
Yeah. But, I know a guy, he has a Stratus with a big, this is a big Yamaha engine on it, but it's EFI. So he's able to run that ethanol crap. But if it was car rated, be like, buddy, yeah, you're going to pay a little bit more because I think the gas tank is a 50-gallon gas tank on that boat. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to take that thing out too much. So we pay more.
Cadet quit making that EFI riding mower because they had so many issues with it.
Yeah. But
it'll come back.
That's it. But EFI engines, they can run that ethanol crap. But them car-rated engines on boat motors, the boat motors down here are starting to go to 4-cycle. They're trying to do away with 2-stroke boat motors. I'm like, what can you do? Nope. I know somebody got a back
With the 4-strokes, you don't get that yellow stream in the boat behind you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. It's all about protecting the water, Bruce.
Yeah. Hey, we always would carry a thing of ivory liquid, and every time you saw the little thing, you make a circle around it, and suck it right underneath.
Yeah, because was it? Some people say, "Oh, I've seen this boat motor oil is cold." So I forgot what it was, but it's TCW3. They say you can use that in an air cooled engine. I'm like, I don't think so.
I wouldn't use water cooled oil in an air engine.
Nope. Like I said,
I think he only said that Klaus isn't here.
I think it's okay to use that on not really high revving engines. You know, if you're doing like a chainsaw or something that's screaming at high RPM, I wouldn't do that. But if it was something like a cheap scooter or something, I'd do it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I knew a guy had a 1957 something model boat motor, and they I knew the math of the gas oil ratio mix, but he went and got air cooled. Like,
But those old ones, they're like 16 to 1, the real
Mhm.
ones. They smoke like crazy.
because this one he had.
I read saws 20 to 1, I think.
Yeah, my old neighbor used to use his old motor oil for all his 2-strokes, but that was back in the early 60s, late 60s.
And my dad never measured anything. He would just take the can and
I still have customers like that.
Oil. Oh, there's some oil.
One of my good customers, he brings me equipment every now and then, and it looks like it got bathed in oil. I'm like, how are you mixing this stuff? He's using the what is it? The Echo Red Armor, it's called, right?
Yeah.
And every time he'll bring an old piece by, it's like it's drenched in this oil. I said, what ratio are you running? I think I calculated it out one day. He was running like 15 to 1.
Oh, she'll lubricate.
Well, I'm just surprised it started, with that much oil in it,
But
No
He was
mosquito.
using a measuring cup like you use for baking with flour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know how the hell he was measuring it, but damn.
Yeah. Because I'm using
There you go.
the Ames.
I have one almost like that. It's
there
about
you
half
go.
the size.
Yeah.
Stella got a
I'm-
measuring.
Yeah.
That's a 2% mix cup.
Yeah, 15
Yeah.
You put up
I
how much
thought that
oil
was
it says per gallon.
I thought that was a pea cup for traveling.
But
Maybe
nah, I
for-
use
Maybe for some
Maybe for
bladders.
yeah. But I use the Ames Saber synthetic. But,
yeah, I mean,
Ouch.
what's our friend Tom in Australia loves that Sabre stuff. He swears by it. Yeah.
but I've heard of people they were running this stuff at 100 to 1 in the 2-cycle equipment. I'm like, you
Yeah.
got to be joking.
No, it's
I mean, 100 to 1 in a 50 to 1 mix.
Oh, that Opta 2 stuff scares the hell out of me, but people use it 100 to 1.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that stuff.
I
in the
wouldn't do
little-
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Well,
seen that
wait,
stuff.
if the engine is made of the right material and is designed
Yeah.
for 100 to 1, it'll run on 100 to
Yeah.
1.
I remember when the 50 to 1 stuff started happening. I thought, no, I'm never going to do that. That's rich now.
As my
Tommy's-
father used to say, if all else fails, read the instruction manual.
Yeah.
Is Tommy at
I'll
Vintage
do whatever
selling
that-
I'm
those
pretty good at that. I'll
nozzles
read
that
it
fit
out.
onto the tubes?
Which one's Wayne?
Tom did that video on using a rubber gasket to seal your like RTV or whatever, and then he machined up.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's got that little mini lathe now.
Yeah, so is he going to be selling those things?
I don't know. But
Actually,
the problem
I
is it
asked
costs
him
so
on that.
much. Yeah.
No,
Good idea.
He bought that. He said he hasn't manufactured those. That was something that you could
Yeah, he
buy.
just has a one-off.
Oh, I
but
thought he machined it up.
he did.
A
But what he
prototype,
did was he was saying though later in the video, just take a punch and punch out a little rubber disc
Yeah,
and stick it in the cap.
yeah,
That's all you need because the regular caps don't seal.
yeah. I used to seal them with dielectric
Vaseline.
grease.
Yeah, I used to use Vaseline. Yeah, but then you got to go like toothpaste.
Yeah, I
to get
gotta
a little
push
bit
some out, yeah.
But he
Yeah, the
he
washer's
made
a good
sense.
idea.
Just- I've used O-rings too in the past. Put an O-ring inside like a valve stem O-ring, that kind of thing. But whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this. Look at it. Look who's here. Holy crap. James. What's going on? Haven't seen him in a long time.
James.
Hey, James.
James, good reviews you do on your channel, buddy.
Yeah, haven't seen him in a long time. But yeah, he's a lot of electric over there with James. Doing a lot of electric.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of electric in the scrapyard shortly.
Yeah, but you know what they're saying around
As
here?
the
The
years
price,
go by.
the price of gasoline here, they say it went down like 20 cents this week. They're saying because of all the EVs and everything going around, people aren't buying nearly as much gas as they did, a year ago. So they're saying the price. I think it's because it's election year myself, but
Yeah.
we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
well. Oh yeah.
No, but I mean, I replaced a couple of plastic wheels on a Makita push mower on batteries, and all. That was from 2019. That little thing still ran like a champ.
Yeah,
My neighbor's got all the Ergo, whatever it is, the green one,
Yeah.
Ego.
but
He
it's
loves
the
it.
plastics they're using that are going to fail.
Yeah.
But the plastics, I mean, yeah, the wheels, but in any push mower wheel that you bang into a wall will break.
Yeah.
But the rest that was on there, the height adjuster, which is also all plastic, there was no wear. It
Well,
worked.
the Oregon that Jake did the video on, they honeycomb. It had the honeycomb, and that was for the height adjuster. That broke,
Yeah.
and then we just got it warrantied and scrapped it. Like It wasn't, and the parts naturally, guess what? That part not available because they were all breaking.
I find a lot of not really NLA, but just back ordered stuff. Tons of stuff.
But to be honest, and as much as I love Oregon, because I do, they have some great products.
Yeah.
That line of battery up equipment, it wasn't top of the line. It still isn't.
Oh yeah.
Now here's a question on the Oregon blade balancer. Anybody got one?
Yes.
Which one?
The one with all the magnets on it.
Yeah, with the magnets, the round magnets that go all the way around.
But is it? Yeah, but Hank, is yours a Chinesium or Oregon?
Oh, it's Chinesium, but it's based on the same thing.
Okay, yeah, it looks exactly like the Oregon. Jake bought the Oregon one, and I think we've had that. I don't know. I'd have to look back 5 years at least.
Yeah.
And now I have to put a couple of pieces of tape on it so it doesn't start to rotate on its own. You know what I mean? Like if you put it in one spot and you let it hang, you turn it a little bit and it'll start to rotate and drift off. We're not talking about a lot of
but with a blade in it or without?
No, with no blade in it.
Really?
That's how I knew it went out of adjustment somehow.
Wayne, just lubricate the bearings.
I was going to say
I lubricated it and I took it off the wall and I tightened the nut on the back, and it still needs a couple of pieces of masking tape on there just to get it so it doesn't rotate. So, anyways, we were talking about getting the biggie, the Magnamatic, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the numero uno.
Yep.
But that's like over here. I think it's $150, $175 for that.
What was the name of it again?
Magnamatic. It's the one that's got the complete circle of magnets all the way around instead of the round magnets here and there. That's the top of the line.
Hold on, let me check it out.
So I got a magnet like on a speaker. Round,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You got her, Hank. Yeah.
I don't know why people don't make them out of spindles. You can make one out of a spindle.
Yeah.
Somebody made one. Who was that? Double wide 6, and I don't know if Brandt Small Engines in Brantford made one.
Yeah. But I will say, I have the Oregon as well, and first of all, I only use it on big blades because it is so sensitive.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Second, 3 out of 4 times, I'll just be using it to check if the blade is bent. And take it off again.
Yeah.
No, I found that maybe 75% of brand new blades on that blade balancer are not balanced.
Exactly. It is very that's a good one.
That must be a new one, Kenny.
Yeah, that's the new Magnamatic.
I haven't seen that one.
That one's called Mag 1050. They've got, let me see which ones. They got a bunch.
But they're like 200 and holy.
Yeah. No, that one's over $300. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, Jake will buy it.
The let me see. The Mag 1000 Gold. It's called Gold Edition. That's $314. Holy crap!
And that's US.
Woo!
Yeah. I'm not paying.
That's rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to sharpen. You got to bounce a lot of blades.
Yeah.
But it's funny though.
I'm still doing the nail and the vise.
What's Robert got in his hands?
Bruce, put her on the wish list.
What's that, Robert?
Those are the carriage bolts I gotta replace. I'm
Just go
gonna
to the
get
hardware
new
store.
ones. That's why I was trying to do that today, but don't
Why you
nobody
gotta
want to take
replace-
me.
What's wrong with
Life
cleaning?
gets in the way.
Clean them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wish I
if you got a
could.
brand new deck, you got to go with brand new hardware.
Put them in the Vaporust.
Well, I had some of that. I need to get some more, but what is it? Like I said, that AJ Restorations, he does electrolysis and removes all that stuff. Then he dips all the hardware in zinc or something. So
Yeah, they
plate
do
them
plating
again.
and stuff. Yeah, nickel or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
But nah, y'all call probably kill me. But you know how much that new mower pan is gonna cost me?
I'm looking at an old chair.
Oh, well, hold up, let me turn this around.
But
Virgil,
a riding mower deck you got to buy?
Yeah.
Or,
But,
there you go, BG.
or just the plate.
well,
Oh, there you go. Collecting metal. Yeah, that's true too. If you have the filings. I was going to do a video this morning on the brand new MTD blade I bought. It was a rotary blade with the butterfly pattern. And I measured the land on the end of the blade. It was actually 30 thousandths land on the very end.
Yeah. That's about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, that the mower pan all together. I mean, it's a complete. It should have everything on it. I shouldn't have to do nothing. But that
Now,
mower pan that mower pan cost me over $700.
Whoa.
Have you got a 5/16 tap or female thing to just rethread those?
Well, I had a rethreading kit, but a lot of stuff I had got left at that other house when I moved, and I'm like, I can't believe this, man. I could probably soak them in some kind of oil and stuff and just take my drill and run my brush across it, but I don't know. I just said,
I actually used to take grade 8 nuts with a very thin hacksaw blade and cut some release in there and use those to rethread.
yeah. I found these in grade 8 somewhere. I forgot how many there were, but there was over $1,000 for all of them. I might say, what?
I didn't get to grade 8.
Yeah, well,
$1,000. How many were you buying?
I was
I
going to
know.
say, yeah.
Thanks, Klaus.
it didn't say. I didn't even click on them. I'm like, $1,000 for grade 8 carriage bolts. Yeah, and they were they look brass plated. I'm like, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, they're probably gold iridized zinc.
Yeah.
That's what they usually do.
Yeah,
What
if
do
you
they
go
call
to
that,
Fastenal,
anodizing?
they don't sell one or two. They sell them by the box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that's why
Yeah,
the
you
tractor
can-
supply by the pound.
You can
Yeah, 'cause-
mess things up by using a grade 8 bolt and nut where there
Oh, yeah.
was a grade 5 because everything was meant to squish just a little bit, and
Yeah.
the grade 8s won't.
yeah, oh yeah, because
Vibrate
Fastenal
on.
now you go to Fastenal now, don't walk in there with cash. They only take credit cards now. I'm like,
Oh,
no more cash.
Well, that's
Over
like
here, you
like-
can't even walk into a Fastenal. You have to have
What?
an account with them.
Oh man, that's
It's like people using
Yeah.
stainless steel. They're brittle. They break.
oh yeah.
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 Snap off easy. Yeah.
Well, I use
Oh, I
stainless
know.
steel on the skid shoes on the snow blowers.
Yeah.
You just got to watch how much you tighten them down.
I
Otherwise-
actually have
otherwise you
aluminum
snap
carriage bolts I have for the snow blowers. And that way, when
Yeah.
it wears the head a little bit on the bottom, you just go snap it right off and put another one on.
Mhm.
oh yeah, and was at that time
The
I was
zinc coated ones.
yeah.
Uh,
I
buy
was
them by
cutting
the pound.
Yeah, I was cutting grass on my Husqvarna all-wheel drive mower, and the blade bolt broke. So I called Husqvarna up. Well, they send me a new one. I'm like, I don't trust the look of this metal. It looked like black metal.
Mm.
So I took it to Ace Hardware. I said, find me this in grade 8. So I don't have to worry about it anymore. I'm like,
Well,
nah, that's
you got, Robert, you got to consider that setup there is made to break. Because if
Yeah.
it doesn't, something else will break.
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
That'd
and
be
if
three-
and,
three
and,
eighths.
and if you got a Husqvarna OEM part, it'll come in a little bag with a number on it.
Yeah. And a
If
tag.
that number corresponds to the IPL, you have the right bolt. Yeah, I wouldn't put anything else in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Hank, was it individualized repairs that just did the video on the broken Toro deck that they
Yeah.
welded? Somebody did one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had one. Like we got them just like he did. They come in and they're broke right where the discharge chute is.
Yep.
And we did the same thing. We said to the guy, "We're gonna weld this up," and he said, "No, just leave it the way it is." Says, "Well, come pick up your machine. We're not working on it."
No.
Too dangerous.
Oh yeah, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Real Man Skills. He had to take a deck off a Husqvarna and take it to his father-in-law to get it fixed. And his father-in-law got it fixed. Then later on, he got another Husqvarna and one of the brackets to hold the mower pan up. He had to weld that back. I'm like, that's one thing I did. I checked on my stuff. I'm like, okay, let's check, make sure we ain't got no issues. Because I said that mower pan.
It's a weak point on those machines.
Yeah, because to find that exact mower pan for my Craftsman GT They don't make it anymore. It's like the muffler and the header for the muffler. They show the parts, and I looked them up, but don't make them anymore. I'm like, whatever. Don't. I said,
That's like Simon Ice pressure washers. Whenever somebody brings me a Simon Ice pressure washer, I say I don't want to work on it. I don't want to look at it. They say, why not? I said, you call for the parts, you order the parts and bring them to me, and I'll fix it. But what happens 99% of the time, they change something in the machines every year or 2 years, and then parts are no longer available. You can't get the parts.
It's like, was it? Oh yeah, the other day, old Rusty Rooster, he redid a pressure washer pump.
Yep, we saw it.
What's on your bench?
Yeah, was on. Yeah, I said, that's one thing. When my pressure washer pump went out, I couldn't believe it. Like I said, I called Simpson, and they gave me 3 dealerships in Millersville, and like I said, oh sir, we can work on the engine, but we don't touch the pump. I'm like, then why are you saying you're a Simpson pressure washer repair shop?
They're smart because they don't touch the pump.
Yeah.
I could have.
So-
I could probably have rebuilt that pump if I'd known how to order the parts, but I couldn't believe I was pressure washer with it one day, and all of a sudden it just wasn't doing right. I'm like, what the?
When mine went, there were parts all over the lawn.
Yeah,
Remember, water companies, they don't filter the magnetite and the little particles, they get between those little valves
The
that they
tiny
have,
valves, yeah.
and
Yep,
that's it.
yep.
It destroys the pressure.
Well, every year we put the Briggs & Stratton pump saver in ours. You can use like regular antifreeze, but we, for the price of the can, I don't know how many times we use it, 5-6 times we get out of it.
But that's for
Yeah.
winterizing.
Yeah, but it keeps it lubricated, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So about 4 years ago or 5 years ago, I took it upon myself to get good at fixing pressure pumps. Right? And I learned
Oh yeah.
the only ones that
other
are
thing
worth
is-
fixing are the General and the American-built pumps, or Italian. They make a great pump, right? But anybody else, it's all just plastic seals and plastic compression stuff, and it's just junk.
A lot of them are
Yeah.
Italian too. You see a lot of the pumps now.
Yeah.
I think that's what the
Riverberry.
prop. Yeah,
Riverberry.
because I think because
And
my
for-
AAA prop. Yeah, my AAA triplex pump that was on my
That should
Simpson
last.
was another
And for the
thing that
price
make-
of a pump, by the time you pay somebody labor to put the pump back on and test it out, you might as well go buy another pressure washer.
Well, it's $126 for a fairly decent Italian Chinese clone, and that's an hour labor with a couple of screws involved.
yeah.
So no,
Yeah, because I finally took my pressure washer to Northern Tool
Mhm.
down in Macon. Yeah. He
Go
put
to
another
Harbor
pump on.
Freight, $65, buy a brand new one until it doesn't work, and then you throw it away, go get another new one.
put it
Yeah.
in the aluminum bucket.
Because what it, I
Our
bought my
Generac's
pressure.
still kicking it.
Yeah. But
The
I
only
bought
thing
my. Yeah.
The only thing that happened at Generac was the coil went, and when we called up Generac, the recoil, they wanted $80 plus shipping for the recoil. Jake
Yeah.
ordered it from Canada Power Tech. They carry Generac parts, $11. Didn't have a sticker on it, but it was exactly the same color, the same everything. Works
Are
like
they
a charm.
Are they a Honda base? Is it like a Honda one with the?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. But like I said, I took my pressure wash to Northern. They put another pump on. It was $165. I'm like,
That's not bad.
but the thing was, I bought my pressure washer at Lowe's. If I had gone to Tractor Supply, they probably would have just said, get another pressure washer.
Yeah,
But,
but anything
Yeah.
commercial is going to be more, right?
Yeah, 'cause
Resident-
mine
Lowe's is
has-
residential.
mine has a Kohler 6-horse on it instead of a Honda. If it had been a Honda, it'd been like, ouch, that's gonna hurt my back pocket. You think what a Honda on it? Yeah. Or a Kawasaki.
All kinds of trouble with the Honda engines right now.
Yeah.
Oil leaks,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
auto
First-
decompression, release, braking.
Yep. Oh yeah. Speaking of, I watched Tom Dolby's video the other day on that little MTD mower with the swivel caster wheels on the front. I'm like, yeah, I remember that. Damn, they used to sell the Cub Cadet branded Tractor Supply. Now Tractor Supply is like, now they sell Toro and stuff. And the Tractor Supply used to sell the Husky brand stuff. They quit doing that. I'm like, yeah, well, I guess it was a contract with the MTD, and they said, well, the contract's up. We ain't going to
Well, Husky is MTD. Husky, White, Cub Cadet.
Anybody
Toro,
see a
Tri-Built.
anybody see a Hyundai self-propelled lawnmower?
Yeah.
Not here. Not in the
Princess
US.
Auto was selling them on a sale price for $359 for a self-propelled mower.
It
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
get much. It doesn't get much cheaper.
No,
Oh yeah, and was it one day I was at the lawnmower shop and he had an Aaron's mower and they had a Subaru engine on it. I'm like, strange engine.
In terms of pressure washers over here, we it's rare that you see them with a gasoline engine. Most of them are electric.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I have it's a small one. It's only, I was just doing the conversion, 2,100 PSI and 132 gallons per minute in
You
water.
got to ask yourself, what am I going to use it for? I mean, if you're going to use it commercially, yeah, fine, get the big one. But a regular, to watch lawnmowers and sidewalks.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I got so many of those coming through here
really,
that I just, customer gives up on one, I throw a pump on it, and they're gone for 3 or 4 years.
I've
but-
seen
Well, the
people
problem
blow
with those
the-
electric ones is the plastic fitting. They're all basically the same. And, I'm very careful about doing what you're supposed to do. There was absolutely no liquid in this over the winter. We really didn't have a lot of freezes. But, of course, this thing cracked right away. So I modified a hose fitting.
Right.
When a quick disconnect hose fitting fits right in there, and then I'll never have that problem again.
Yeah.
But
Well,
this is why they're so
fittings-
cheap, and you can't buy the part. They're like always
Well,
back ordered or something.
I mean, mine wasn't.
I ordered up 10 of the males and 10 of the females on those online.
Right.
And I stick them on everything so that when I'm changing from the hose to the sprinkler to the power washer
see,
to this, I just
The
go,
way there's an O-ring right here, and then I don't know if you see there's these two sort of places where like a C-clip goes in.
recess, yeah.
I just recessed it, and I had to cut those two slots
Oh,
on this one to get that same C-clamp in there. It does kind of cut through there if you're not careful. But a little JB Weld will fix that. This is not the pressure end of it. So anyway, yeah, it's a real pain. I don't know why it's cheap and inexpensive.
both.
Clean sweep. Just Google the model numbers on the engines, and you'll be able to tell whether or not. Just pull up the parts diagram, and you'll be able to tell what carb goes on which machine.
Yeah.
I never have luck with that. My stuff's all too old.
Yeah, it's off and on. We check MTDs, and sometimes they don't show up. I don't know why. Briggs and Stratton always show up.
Stella, take over. I gotta feed the cat. He's meowing like crazy.
And
But
we
mine-
heard.
Virgil!
I know, pain in my butt. I'll be back.
You need
That's it.
Virgil.
Feed me.
Yeah.
This is the one I have where the pressure hose is rolled up on the thing on the top.
Inside, yeah.
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 That's
And,
the
and,
same-
and,
same
and
one
it's
I
got
have.
quick, and it's got quick disconnect to the handle and to the water, and mine usually last about 4 or 5 years, and then they're worn out.
Yeah, but
That's
But you're
good.
supposed to be a small engine guy, Klaus.
you just throw it away.
I just buy another one. I do. I mean, it's electric is so easy. You plug it in and you watch.
Mhm.
You don't have
You get
to.
about half the output, though.
Yeah, and when you let go of the trigger, the pump stops.
Right.
It doesn't continue to run, and then when you let go again, boop, it kicks in again.
And you don't have to pull the rope.
No.
No.
And the motor is an inductive motor, and the pump is all aluminum. So I don't know. and I store it inside, so it's never freezing.
Well, that's the thing. They're light enough to pick up, put them in the basement in the winter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people leave them outside with water in them. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And even if you don't, this cheap piece of plastic still breaks. It's very annoying.
Yeah.
I've never.
I got two of these like this now.
Is that for the water inlet?
Yeah.
Yes, it's on the water inlet side.
On the hose.
On mine, the
Garden
plastic is a screw-on thing, and then it has a little fitting for the water connect.
Right.
It's a male, and then you come with a.
Well, this has to get through this much body on the thing,
Mhm.
and that's why I basically had to extend it. I just got a hose adapter thingy to extend it. It actually turned out pretty good. I was pretty happy
Technical
with it.
description, adapter thingy.
But
Hey,
mine,
you know,
but my connector is
you know what
plastic,
we're talking about.
and it can break, but it's screwed onto the metal housing of the pump.
Yeah.
So that won't break. It's just the little piece of plastic. If it
Right.
breaks, I've never had it break, but if it does, you just buy another one. It's standard.
Well,
Yeah.
this was, if you try to find this online, I think this is
Yeah.
for a Ryobi or a Sunjo or I don't know, whatever, all those cheap ones, they all use the same thing.
Right.
It's this little guy right here.
They label them just before they put
It's
them in the
basically
box.
got a strainer in it. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Yeah, it's got a strainer.
Yeah,
Well,
you
they
need
crack
that.
because you move them. You don't, you're not holding the hose. And with
Yeah.
the
Right.
hose,
Well, you really can't see this crack, but it's just basically a hairline crack right there. You can't even tell it's there. But as soon as you try to fire the thing up with pressure, it's toasted. It's gone.
Mhm.
Nah, I had a friend of mine. I was talking about that, hydro locking on lawnmower engines and stuff. He has the XL pressure washer from Home Depot, and
Don't
I
know
said,
it.
Bubba, I
Don't
said,
know it.
the thing was he was leaving the gas valve on, plus he's using ethanol gas, and I'm like, well, it got in that oil, and
That's not
hydro
going to help.
Nope.
Yeah.
Because the only other thing there's a lady at work one time, she said her push mower was hard to pull over. And I asked her a few questions. Yeah, she apparently put too much oil in. I said, you're going to have to drain all that oil back out and redo it.
I just had one of those.
Yeah, it was calling it the hydro lock. I'm like, yep.
Normally we get them with no oil, Bruce.
I had a quantum come in. I had a quantum come in empty, and I made sure it was empty and put some oil in it, and away it went.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm always amazed when we get the Briggs quantums and they got no oil on a dipstick and we put oil into it and it pulls over and I say, I can't believe that this thing is not knocking.
No.
They're
I don't know.
bulletproof engines.
Yeah, they
might
must
just,
run
when you
on.
first start them up, they might.
If you got
like that.
6 ounces, I think is enough to run them for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's just
Not
like
a long time.
Now, I remember one day this guy was asking me if I had any bar and chain oil or chainsaw. And I said, Bubba, the only thing I got left is used motor oil out of a lawnmower. He's like, oh, I'm like, you going to use that in that
Canola
chainsaw?
oil.
Yeah.
Canola oil.
Nah, hold on.
Yeah.
It canola oil works fine. You don't want to store your soil with it in the tank.
Right.
It crystallizes, and it's a bit difficult to get out. Trust me.
Well,
My dad did it, and I told him, I'm not cleaning your saw, Dad. You take it to a shop. I'm not
Let
doing it.
somebody else do that.
Yeah.
Hey,
You know, that's
and then you say,
what they use in the food industry because they do use chainsaws in the food processing industry. I'll just leave it at that. And they use canola oil for their bar oil.
and
Yeah.
then,
Food safe.
and then you get the chainsaw that smells like somebody deep fried fish, and they say, "Well, I used canola oil."
Hey, it works.
Yeah, they probably use it in those places where they do all that beef and stuff, and they had to cut the ribs off the backbone and stuff. Like,
Yes. I was trying to be a bit more delicate there, Robert, but that's all right.
Well,
So, what's everybody doing for Father's Day? Is it Father's Day in the States tomorrow too, or
Yes,
just here in Canada?
No.
We are so far ahead of you guys. We had it 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Jake and
Personally,
I are
or
having
the whole
steak
nation?
and lobster.
Ooh.
I got my dad
That's gonna
a 2-liter bottle of Italian red wine. He was happy as a clam.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jake
Yeah.
got me 15 cans of different beers from all over the world. Drove to St. Catharines. He drove like a half hour to pick them up.
Nice.
Nice.
He ordered it online, and it says, "What's your local brewery?" And he said, "Port Colborne." And then 10 minutes later, it said, "Your order is in St. Catharines."
Ah,
It's like a half hour from here. So away he went, picked it up. Me and the Chubby Butcher, we watched the fights and we tried a couple out. But there's one there that's made with hemp.
Yeah.
oh, dude.
Yeah, it's called Buzz. We're gonna. I
It
think
actually-
I'm waiting for that one tonight's fights.
No, it'll just have a nice tang to it. That's all. There's
Yeah, it's
nothing
got
else to it. Just an
hemp
interesting
and-
tang.
Barley and I don't know what
Yeah,
else.
there's nothing
Buckwheat,
evil
I
in
don't
there.
know. It's got a lot of
well.
stuff.
Hops and barley. Yeah.
Yeah, Wayne, you having steak and lobster in Canada? Ooh, somebody
Lobster from New Brunswick. Compliments to the Chubby Butcher. Well, not compliments. We bought it, but we bought 10 pounds of lobster. He
Wow.
brought it back.
Ouch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That sounds.
But he catches it himself, right?
No. He went
Okay.
with a friend of his that has a trailer with a bunch of freezers in it. And this guy, part of his business is to drive to the East Coast once every 2 to 3 weeks, and he loads up with fresh caught, but then it's pre-cooked, and they get it frozen, quick frozen, then he loads it up in his freezers and brings it back.
Nice.
I thought I lobster and then I flounder.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, dad
You
joke.
made
Dad
that-
joke.
you made
That's-
a bigger
that's-
joke.
No, that's not even a good dad joke. Come on now.
Oh, come on.
Oh, you'll make a bigger joke. Oh.
So I have been doing some wiring
But you guys
modifications.
all laugh. You guys all laugh.
I've been doing some wiring modifications on some of my vehicles. Have you guys ever heard of these things called posi taps?
Oh yeah,
Uh,
the connectors. Yeah,
They're for
No, I
tapping into existing wiring. They're
yeah,
really
but
kind
put it this way: they rate up there with Scotch locks.
They are.
well, they
Yeah, they're-
But
if
it'll
you're in
get
a
you through the
protected
garage door and
area,
on the road.
Yeah,
they're
but
pretty
it just,
good.
I don't know. I don't trust them. Yeah.
I do. I've had no
Oh
problem.
no.
with
I
them
mean,
whatsoever.
but if I'm doing a professional job on something that I don't want to call back on, I won't use that. You know what I mean?
Well, the other thing too is working on some vehicles, you don't have the clearance in there with the amount of wire.
Oh no, they're convenient as hell.
And
The
fit
design
in,
I like.
You know,
Yeah.
crimpers
yeah.
and that sort of thing, but they're really kind of cool because you just,
Yeah.
thread in. You know,
Mhm.
you just put. Yikes!
Just
you
like a
just
Scotch
wrap
lock.
this
You just
guy
crimp it
around.
and done. And
Well, no, the way this works is you put this here, like if this was the wire I was tapping into, you screw this guy in, this guy right here. You screw this. I'm going to just sort of demonstrate the one
yeah, and
wire.
it spikes it and pulls it through like a Scotch lock. Yeah.
Almost like
It's
a spark plug adapter to the
Right,
plug.
and so I've tapped into the line, and if this was my open
Yeah.
line,
The problem is when you spike it there's no seal in or out, so you can get oxidized and it could start turning green.
that's true. But you can also always
Yeah.
put some
Goop on it, liquid
Yeah.
electrical tape.
electrical tape or dielectric grease, and then the other end you just shove in. If this is like this, you just shove in the threaded part.
don't have to
Well,
strip it, do you?
along. No, yes, you do have to
Oh, you
strip
do?
this, but you
Okay.
could put as many as like 2 or 3 in here if you wanted to,
Yeah.
and you just oops. You
Yeah.
put
I would
this
say
guy
in
on
a
here.
pinch, I would do that, but like anything, like
Yeah.
Shangri-La saying over there, soldering is the best way. But anyway, you
It
know,
is the
it's at
best way.
time.
But again, you're sometimes stuck with you don't have room to get a soldering iron in there. You can't do that. But pretend that I didn't strip the wire back too much. But they're kind of nice.
Yeah.
No extra resistance that I have measured with a meter on these. So anyway,
Good girl.
they're kind of nice.
they're easy to use.
Mm-hmm. But when you're like inside of a little thing with your tiny boneless hands trying to get to something.
Indiana,
realize-
my joke side comes from my mother.
You're what?
My joke side, my humorous side of my disposition comes from my mother. She was always hilarious.
You have a humorous side?
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, Brett.
Who's
We like to throw a little humor out there to lighten things up.
who's fighting tonight, Wayne? Anybody?
I don't know if I'm going to watch it. I'm likely going to watch the Edmonton. Right, Bruce? Edmonton's playing tonight.
Oh, it's
right?
the final
Yeah.
tonight?
So
Well,
yeah,
there's,
they could
they've
be
lost
out
the
if they
first-
don't win. Forest
Yeah,
Green.
but-
Yeah, they've lost
Yeah.
the first 3 games, eh?
But
Yeah.
imagine how insulting is it that a Canadian hockey team is getting the shit kicked out of them by a Florida hockey team?
Yeah, but how many
You know what?
Canadians play on the Florida team?
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah.
Nah, it's Canadians and Europeans.
Yeah, yeah. But it's just funny how, even what was it last year? Las Vegas, I think. It's all these
Yeah,
100-degree temperature states
yeah.
playing hockey,
Mm-hmm. They
Crazy.
got a big market. Even in a big market, you still got a.
Mm.
That's because all the transplants that moved to Florida.
And you
Yeah,
got
that's
to
right. Yeah, that's
remember,
true.
you got to remember that a lot of the hockey players don't want to play in Canada because of the disparity in the monetary value of the dollar.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
And
you know,
Florida, there's
38
no income tax in Florida.
Yeah, 38%
Yeah.
more money if you're getting paid in U.S. dollars.
Yeah. Like I said, with
And-
Florida with no income tax, no state
And,
income tax, it's a
The
lot better.
goalie has been a goalie for 18 years, and they can't get a puck past him. The stats.
Yeah. They said
the
it's
stats
a
are even
world
on
record
both sides.
now, right? It's like a world
Depending
record.
on where they're playing, the stats are pretty even on both sides.
Yeah.
And then they can't get a puck past the goalie.
Mm.
And then take Abbott's boxing tonight for I don't know if it's a lightweight championship or not. That's at 10 o'clock. So that'll be a good match.
There you go, Ken. Clean Sweep wants to know your email.
No, it's out there. It's on my channel, but there it is.
Yeah.
Double S for savings.
It's like right there on your name.
Yeah, right
Mhm.
there.
I think, yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, Clean Sweep. Just hope he doesn't
Yeah,
email you the invoice.
Oh, and speaking of Canadians, man, I guess Erica and them really done got busy
Oh,
this
yeah.
year.
They sold all their tractors, and now they said they're trying to they want to get done by the 4th of July with everything.
Never happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had a little break here where we were able to work on some of our own stuff, putting it together, and then all of a sudden the mice got involved with everybody's equipment.
Oh,
Yeah, everybody is bringing in equipment now. I just pulled in a lawnmower. The guy said, "Oh, I was cutting my lawn with it, and the recoil broke." And when he brought it, it's just totally loaded with grass. And to do the recoil, I got to take the engine cover off.
Yep.
Nothing but like how he didn't blow this engine up, I'll never know. It was so packed. Like grass was coming out of everything. There was string in there. There was insulation. No dead mice, though. No dead mice.
Yeah.
that's
you
why I
You
take
know,
my collars off when I'm not using them. I
Yeah.
take them
No.
right off.
I
You
took
know,
the
Hank-
shroud off my Briggs Snapper rear engine rider last Saturday. Took off the cover, and there was a nest, of course. I took it out. Literally 4 days later, I went to cut my mom's grass, and it's shooting out
Yeah.
and a little critter comes running out. So I took the covers off again. In 4 days, they made this huge nest.
Yeah.
But thankfully, it only been there for a few days, where it blew
But-
right out. You know what I mean? It wasn't
But
packed.
Kenny, just like you, they love that tractor.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Hank's
But
No,
right.
I'm gonna get some mothballs. They say the mothballs work.
Hank's
really well.
right. You take that cover off when you store it, and you
Oh
leave
yeah,
the hood
for the
open.
winter. Yeah.
And I would stick an owl. You know them owl dummies they have? I would stick an owl on top of the flywheel, and I bet you don't get any mice. Guarantee.
Nah.
As
Nah.
they say in Louisiana, guarantee.
now to see what it is, Fluffy the mouse, he done made a bunch of babies since Terrell says in about a year or two he's giving up lawnmower repair. So Fluffy like, yeah, we out of here. We're gonna move now while the move is good. Nah. Yeah. Guarantee.
Every once in a while in the garage, you'll see a little.
You like that one, eh, Robert?
A trail of
Yeah.
fuzz, and you know it's going back somewhere.
Hi, Steve.
Now, somebody told me one time, said, "Were you born in Louisiana?" I'm like, "Nope, I was born in Jacksonville, Florida." What I hear is different. When I play one of my videos back, my first time somebody video recorded me, I'm like, "But take that tape and put it somewhere I couldn't stand it back in the day. I sound like that, dude. Hey, come on, shoot me, please. Now, one time somebody on one of my videos started sounded like Rocky Balboa, and then somebody else thought I was born in New York City. I'm like,
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing there, Adrian? Whatever.
Not bad for
Take me into the zoo.
Dane translating to English, translating to New York.
Yeah, nah, it's like Brett over here. He's trying to imitate me when I say Craftsman. I'm like,
Well,
yeah.
he sounded pretty good when he did your imitation.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
He did a pretty good job.
Come on, Brett.
I was gonna say down in Florida, did they say Craftsman?
Not that.
They talk about a
Yeah,
bomb.
nah. Somebody one time said you got to do that scene from Sling Blade. Ain't got no gas in it. I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah.
I think
Oh,
probably
I looked.
James.
Yeah. Nah,
Hi,
I looked at
guys.
my view.
No,
Yeah,
hi,
I looked at
guys.
my
Welcome back.
yeah. I looked at my view count the other day. I'm not too far off. I'm having 105,000 views. I'm like, yeah, it don't matter. These short videos seem to do better than the long ones. If it's over a minute, boom, not many views, but it's right at a minute. It's like on that one video I did on the actual on the GT, that thing got 2,000 views. I'm like, okay.
Well, if you look at your graph for when you're looking at the views, Jake and the Chubby Butcher were showing me theirs. Like all of them, they go up like this at the beginning, and then it's fast forward to the end.
Yeah. The little right arrow. I never use the little right arrow.
Yeah, every now and then I have YouTube does my weekly recap. He showed me my viewer count and the different countries to look at me and stuff. I'm like, okay, you know, I mean, watch hours and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, well, got 254 subscribers. That's good enough for me because I'm not monetizing. I ain't studying it. We got enough issues in the country as it is.
I finally broke the 500
money.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's it.
That's a big one.
Because I said,
Hey guys, I got to hit the road.
Yeah.
I'm taking Lori out for supper, and we're going out for dinner. I gotta shave. Look, I gotta shave. I gotta do something with this hairdo. Right? Take care. I'll catch you again.
Take care, Wayne.
Wayne,
Happy
have a
Father's
good
Day to
buddy.
everybody.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah,
Happy Father's Day and God bless you.
And
God
say hi to
bless you
Jake.
too. Okay. Well, yeah, he's working on the Mustang again.
Oh,
The console will come
Man.
in, so they're putting the console in. And as long as there's no police out there watching, he actually took it for a boot down a road. It ran like, but he's got no windshield in it. So it's going, I think it's going next week for the windshield, then front wheel alignment, and tires are on, and it's ready to rock and roll. So hopefully he'll put some of that video stuff up that he's done on it, because I don't know how I don't know where he stores it all. That phone must have a lot of storage, because he keeps coming in the shop and he say, look at this. And I don't know how you do it. You know how you put it on the TV? Do you know how to do that off your phone?
Yeah. If you
What
got
do you call
Roku,
that?
it's automatic. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you call that?
AirDrop if it's an iPhone.
Yeah.
AirDrop? Well, whatever it is, that's what he does.
AirPlay.
And then I sit in the shop and he shows me what he's done on it. Okay,
Nice.
take care, guys.
see you, sir.
Bye, Stella.
Take it.
now I'm going to start calling Jake Mustang Sally because I don't matter. Oh, they showed this video the other day on YouTube, a little short. It's back in the 69 or something. Somebody made this one-off Camaro. And they said the guy who built it, he's the only one that knows how to drive it because he knows how it handles. I'm like, see? I think they use that same Camaro in that one of them Gone in 60, no, Fast and Furious movies. I think it's the one where they jumped it onto that boat. Yeah, just like Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds. The second one, that guy like, yeah, that one pill, he won't touch it. I'm like, yeah, I understand that.
Well, they make about 15 cars for one of those movies, right?
Oh yeah,
Probably.
that was
yeah.
it. I think the first.
I've
Fast
never seen a Mustang that can take that kind of abuse and still drive.
It's a
Yeah.
Ford, eh? It's a
Yep.
Ford.
Couldn't
But,
be as many cars as they went through for the Dukes of Hazzard.
oh man. Oh yeah.
Top cars.
Yeah.
Those
But,
things will blow a
uh,
transmission just when you floor it.
Yeah. But they were filming the boar's nest scene, and this guy rolled by and did that horn. He like, we gotta have that horn. So he tracked him out. Like, ain't no telling what they paid him for that horn. I'm like, yeah, well, but
Just and
All
just and I don't want to be unpopular or anything, but has anyone worked on any small engine related stuff this week?
Any what?
Any
I read
small engine related stuff?
Today, Robert would like Klaus.
Huh?
I said I got one ready for resale today. That'd be
Good.
right up Robert's alley.
Huh.
what is it?
Nice.
Horsepower Craftsman with a Tecumseh on it. Got the
Yeah.
name on it real good.
I did 5. I did 5 last Sunday, and all in one day I overdid it.
Bruce.
Nah.
I had a 2-cylinder Intec that V10 that was sometimes it would oscillate, sometimes it wouldn't, sometimes it would do little puff sounds when it was running, like a misfire.
Mm-hmm.
All it took was a good carb clean. The thing runs like a beaut. I mean, it's those 2 cylinders that they put out some weird signs sometimes.
Yeah, but they got steel cylinder sleeves, right? On the Intec?
I don't know. Do they? Can
I
it
think
paint?
so.
They usually will say on it if it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I honestly I don't know, Bruce.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
it's
like-
just I mean if oscillating, yeah, that's a no
The
brainer,
IC
right?
engines do, but I don't know about the regular
Oh,
Intec.
that's what I'm thinking of.
You got to get them running like I did my last one. You just try to fill the carburetor and it starts right up. You don't even pull the cord. It, woo, it lit up.
Nah, but
And
somebody.
you're holding it down.
But when it puffs, and you know what? It sounds like a misfire. You could hear it popping.
Yeah.
Normally, I wouldn't associate that with a carburetor issue. I would associate it
No.
with a lot of other things. But
Ignition valves.
Leaky
Huh?
intake valve or something like
yeah,
that.
valves or plugs or something.
So I had an
Oh, yeah.
old, I got to talk about this one. We just had, not of the 5 I fixed, but this other one. It had the old Briggs and Stratton Quantum with the vertical pull, not
The full
right.
horse.
And this one, I got it all changed up, carbs. No, that one doesn't have, it has a weird carb. There's no jet in the bolt. It's an old one, right?
Mm.
And, but it just had a little miss every 4 or 5 seconds. So I can't really sell that to anybody, and it's not worth rebuilding the engine on it. So Trudy suggested that we give it away, right? So we found somebody and it just usually doesn't work out like this, and a nice younger guy just had a kid, and life is a crazy mess for him. And we found out he just lives 2 blocks over. He came over and we gave it to him, and he took it back and mowed the lawn and made us feel good just giving it away.
Yeah,
and I went by his place and he ran it. It was really long grass.
Yeah.
And it wasn't missing anymore when I went by. So he must have cleared whatever was in there.
Yeah.
It can happen. I mean, if you got some sort of carbon deposit somewhere that does something, yeah. So,
Felt
one.
good. And it had the Jacobson aluminum frame
Nice.
or deck.
Those will last forever.
They will.
Who is it? Somebody did a video, and what was it? Yeah, it was a piece of 2-cycle equipment. He said things run fine and it quit running. Well, they pulled the spark plug out, the porcelain on the spark plug and snapped. I'm like, yeah.
I did that the other week. The wrench went tink. and that was
Yeah,
it.
I've heard that a few times.
Nah.
It's my
Oh, watch
used plugs, Klaus.
Huh?
It's my used spark plugs.
Ah.
Yeah. But yo,
Ah.
watched your little short earlier today, Ken, where you working on that Cub Cadet with a key broke. I'm like, ooh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's a
That was
fun
when it
one.
was a real key, too. Look at Michael
Yep.
Sabres. Sabres are good. Those are good tractors. Those are like the old
Yeah, John Deere.
STXs. Yeah.
The wiring on them is too sophisticated.
Oh, the PTO switches at the electric ones. Yeah. Hydro hit something hard. That's the only. You got to take that deck off and check it because they are thin decks on those.
Yeah. I mean, you could just have bent the blade if you're lucky.
Yeah, or the spindle. You know, the deck could have been oil canned a little bit.
Oh,
I've seen
yeah.
it.
Oh,
Check the blades to make sure tip to tip is lining
Tip to tip,
up and all that. Yeah.
Well,
Because I
when
work on
they
more
said
tractors than I think, because I've worked on all of them really.
that, when they said that Sabres are a cheap version of John Deere, they're not kidding.
Yeah, I mean
Well, they sell them at Lowe's. They're dead anyway.
No, but the old Sabre took over for the STX, but it's a lot thinner metal. Than the deck is a lot thinner metal, actually. Yeah.
And it's got that yellow shutdown wire everywhere.
Yeah.
Well,
one day this guy
past
worked.
Sunday after
Yeah.
church. Oh, I'm sorry, Robert. Go ahead.
Now, but this guy I used to work with, he had the Scotch brand mower. He was trying to find a mower pan for. Well, I hooked him up with a lawnmower shop I dealt with in Griffin. Yeah, they just kind of like, I'm like, I tried.
Yeah.
And mowers like that are getting hard to find.
I think
Oh, no,
the Scotch mowers, I think Murray or somebody made them and branded them that way.
Yeah.
That's
And
like
Murray-
the one they used to sell at Kmart years and years ago. They sold
Oh,
one
yeah.
called K-Grow, and it was a Murray.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And they were
No.
green just like a Scots.
Yep. Now, you know, back in the day, Murray used to be red. See, that was regular Murray. Then the black ones were the wide body. Then the green ones were the Murray Ultras. I'm like, and now it's like you can't hardly find Murray more.
Well, long before that, Robert, they were silver.
They shouldn't be, Michael. No, they're not timed.
Yep. Yeah.
They're offset, so they don't hit each other. They're not.
One's in front of the other and then moved over.
Yeah.
Could have cracked the spindle, you know.
Yeah, look at the spindle orientation, all that stuff. Make sure that the tips are, lining up and level, and check it 90 degrees. Check it regular. And see
Make
that.
sure you can turn the blades before you start
Mm.
Yeah. But what
with a stick or something.
No, but my granddaddy had bought a Craftsman Eagle 1 mower with the comes the engine on it back in the 70s. You had to have a special key.
Those out here.
But the thing was, you had to have a special key to put in the engine to get to do something with the ignition. I remember I finally got the mower, but it didn't have the key. Well, I finally get the key. I left the mower sitting outside when we lived in Macon. I came back in the mower, going, boy, you talk about it. Yeah, I went to the dumpster. I said, yeah, the MF and GD key. I threw the key in the dumpster. I'm like, I should have put that thing inside. I knew better, but
It's probably just an ignition coil problem.
yeah, it was some special plastic key you had to insert to get it to where it fire up. I'm like, and that's hard to find stuff like that nowadays. It's like my Stapler 28-inch high vac. Somebody else has got it, and now they can't get to run. I'm like, nope.
John Deere used to carry keys that were like regular house keys, a weird key. Now the universal key, but
yeah, because LTD and Snapple, that's what they. And I had one Craftsman, the LT1000 had the universal key system in it. I'm like, excuse me, this is an AYP Maypot. They got a universal key in it. I'm like, oh, well, whatever.
They
And
probably
those
got it at
keys-
Harbor. Well, they probably got it at Harbor Freight and figured it out.
Now the thing is, those universal key switches on staplers and stuff. Oh, honey, where's the key to the lawnmower? I don't know. Well, take a screwdriver and start it. Take a flat blade screwdriver and start it. I'm like, yeah,
That works.
yeah,
that works. Yeah. Oh, there's one guy across. Yeah, no, there's one guy across the street from where I used to live on Bluegill. His snapper was acting up. He took it to the repair shop over in Lake Oconee, Greensboro. They charged him $400 for that mess, and I could have figured it out myself if he'd let me out. The kill wire was grinding out. I'm like, yep. That's your problem. Your kill wire was touching the middle and grinding the ignition coil out. I'm like, oh, well. Plus, they replaced the battery in it. He did. There wasn't nothing wrong with the battery and stuff. I'm like, yeah, well. Yeah. Nah, I'm just still waiting on Sears to confirm my shipping when I will actually receive that mower pan. They finally said it was shipped today. I'm like, yeah, it took y'all long enough. I ordered the thing on the 3rd. And they talking about it get by the 7th. I kept waiting and I kept going back. And after a while, they went, oh, it finally shipped today. I'm like, yeah, well, now I gotta wait till they send me an email to say when I'm gonna actually get it.
It's because you ordered the gold-plated one.
Yeah. Nah, but I said, anybody got Husqvarna stuff, you better take care of it because they are slowly but surely. Oh, we're going all battery power, like, okay, whatever. Do what you want to do, Husqvarna.
Klaus has got a new place to store batteries.
Yeah, I do. And a new shelf. Yeah. Yep. Now, I will say that I have a lot of equipment that gone battery lately. The latest was my hedge trimmer. That's gone battery.
Well, now that I'm not a kid anymore, it's getting attractive. I was mucking around with my weed whacker the other day, and I just couldn't. It's a bit heavier. It's a bigger one, and I was having trouble holding it at the angle while going down the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Watch my next week's video then, Bruce. It's about the weed whacker. Special handle.
Well, I'll never forget. Oh, it was a couple of years ago when you went into the shed, and you went on this one, and you went you chucked it towards the truck or something, and then you went to get the next one.
That was a great video.
Yeah, and you went and got about 4 of them, and you went out, got an electric one. You went. Zzz, zzz.
Yep.
Yeah,
it was all
since I got my electric trimmer, and I'm not. It's not a brush cutter or anything. It's just a trimmer for grass.
Yes, right.
Since I got it, I haven't used a gas powered one.
Of course not.
I mean, it's so easy, and it's the same batteries as your impact and your drill and your.
Yeah, as long as you get it set up when you start.
Yeah. You take it off the wall, and if it needs a charge, you just take another battery, and off you go. Yeah.
It was like, was it that video Nick did of that battery power, that battery power real more? He said he wished they would make it where you engage the drive, and you could, instead of having to also engage the cutter barrel. I'm like, yeah, well, they'll listen to you, Nick. They'll finally make it where you just engage the drive like that. And I'm like, battery power real more. Like, yeah,
Johnstone Commando?
Yeah, he is. We're ragging on him. We're ragging. Al and I are ragging on him for his boxer shorts. So
TMI.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had one earlier this week. Guy brings a weed eater in. He wants a recoil.
Oh, I thought it was boxer shorts. God, thank you.
That's what I saw too.
A guy brought you boxer shorts?
Yeah.
It's a brand I'd never heard of, and you could tell the clone of something. It was by a company called Power Run. It was supposed to look like a Little Wonder. If you ask, it's a little blunder.
Yeah.
It's the guy's recoil. Yeah. He picked it up. Comes back the next day and he's pulling the cord. He goes, it almost started and something let go on the inside, and here it had one of them little springs, to make it easy pull.
Oh yeah.
And he snapped that. You ain't gonna get that part.
Yeah. There was a Little Wonder blower at the shop I dealt with in Griffin. The guy run it low on oil. Well, they soaked the thing in transmission fluid for a few days. Put it all back together, put all in it, fire right up. I'm like, man, make some fluid.
Come on, Archie, show us.
Oh, y'all see Archie's video? We helped Liz out with that window regulator.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Last night, actually.
Yeah.
After I watched James' video on the jammed up decompression valve on or decompression lobe on that generator.
Yeah.
Dipstick jammed underneath that and wouldn't let it move.
Yep. Because they're not supposed to have that. That was a strange one. I'm like, he had that little extra plastic piece. I'm like, yep. Most horizontal ends, you just pull the cap off and go down there. If it's at the right thread area, boom, you're good to go. But they had to put one with a little extra plastic piece.
On the end of the lobe, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and for the record, this past Sunday after church, I took the big Toro for the whole yard. Didn't miss a lick.
Yeah, I had the back at '94. I had the Troy built wide cut Baltimore. They had the timing belt on it. I tell you what, it didn't take much to hit one of them blades. They shot. I'm like, yeah. It had an 8.5 horse.
Oh, there was a guy called earlier this week down to the shop. He brought one of those Toros in last year. It had been sitting in a barn. I got it going and everything. They were using it. Called the shop earlier this week and he says, I hit something. Now my blades are hitting together. And I said, sounds to me like you messed up the timing belt. And I said, that belt runs about $80 to $90. Which it does. That synchronous belt runs over $80 now.
Yep. Yeah, because when you have to time, then you have to turn one blade and turn the other blade the other way, like a T or something like that.
Yeah, 90 degrees.
Yep.
They actually got a whole deck.
Archie, show me yours. I'll show you mine.
Oh.
Oh.
You could put a
La 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 la.
Hey, Brent.
Oh, it's striptease hour with Big Dog Lawnmower
On
Repair.
fire. On fire. Big dog. On fire. All right.
Yeah. Hey, Brent, what was that video that James had with the bad decompression release?
that was a Generac that you could not pull it over.
Right. Okay. It must be his last one, eh?
Even the electric starter wouldn't even whirl it over.
Yep. All because that little plastic.
It was the little piece of the dipstick was broke off, and it got caught in between the cam, the little weight, and it had it locked in the open position, so it couldn't retract.
Was that the high compression impossible to start Generac?
Yeah, that was the one. That was the one, Bruce.
Thank you.
Yep. I said, because those little things are not supposed to have that piece of plastic on it, but somebody decided to put one in
that
there.
was a piece of the dipstick, Robert, that had broke off.
Yeah, well, they're not supposed to have that.
Because I've got a generator that's got a broken, I know it is because I can feel it with a screwdriver, but you got to take the whole damn thing apart to get at it. You got to get inside the motor, right?
Well, that's what he had to do on that one. He had to take the whole, generator side of it apart so he could pop that crankcase cover off.
You can get the sump off. That's right.
Pulled the balance gear out, and he pulled the cam out, and he was going to order a cam, and he looked and he seen this little piece of orange something. It held it open. He got looking around in the crankcase, and here was actually a piece of the dipstick.
Yeah. Oh, was it? Somebody posted a video. The piston was stuck, and they took a dang flat-headed screwdriver and kept hitting the piston. And they poked a hole in the piston. I'm like, that's gonna cost you. That's gonna cost you big time.
It's probably toast anyway.
Yeah. I have had equipment. It was 2-cycle equipment, and I put a spark plug in. And I'm like, what the fool? Yeah, the piston was hitting the spark plug. I'm like, there was something wrong. But because back in the day, they had that Champion 1-tug spark plug. Both on the full thing one time and fire up on me.
The ones I don't, those E3s.
Oh, Lawnmower shops the 2 lawnmower shops I dealt with, they throw them in the trash. They like, nope. Then they got that first fire by Diamond Fire. I'm like, but yet Lowe's and Home Depot still sell them. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't use them.
This has a horseshoe shaped outer electrode on it.
Ground, yeah, the ground electrode, yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
It was a kid's favorite spark plug, the
I
porch
do not
spark
like them. I've
plug.
never had any good luck with them. And anytime I see one or a torch plug, it gets replaced with something that I trust.
Yep. I had a generator one time. I had a torch spark plug in it, and I kept trying to find a replacement for it. I'm like,
Well, a lot of those Chinese Chondas, they come with a torch from the factory.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, was it? Yeah, somebody one time give me a little small 18-inch Cub Cadet had that Chinese knockoff engine on it. And that thing, it ran, but it smoked a little bit. I'm like, ended up getting rid of it. Then somebody else give me what I call a Frankenstein mower. It was an MTD frame, but it had a Briggs engine off of Murray. And that thing would run for a little while and then would stop. I mean, one day I just said, okay, let's just take the spark plug out, spray some PV blaster in it. Fire right back up for a little bit. I'm like, yep. Automatic, boy.
Yeah, anytime you order anything from China, you get the torch plug.
Yep.
Well, I just remember that one. There was a video that Bruce, I think you had it out. It was, I can't remember what the equipment was. It was when it would get hot, it wouldn't restart. And here you ran resistance checks on the plug, and here it was a bad resistor in the plug. You popped another plug in, and it didn't miss a beat. I can't remember what it was on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, they make so much fun on the torch plugs that HIPAA named them HIPAA now.
Yeah. Nah. Worst thing I did was I had to replace the ignition coil on one of my Briggs Apollo Twins, and the ignition coil was supposed to be marked which way it's supposed to go, and it wasn't. I put it on, that damn thing was running. I'm like, something ain't right about this. I'm like, oh, let's just flip it around. I flipped it around, thing ran right. I'm like,
Guys and girl, it's been absolutely fantastic, but I gotta run.
later.
The runs,
Hi,
yeah.
Klaus.
Bye.
Klaus, you have a good weekend, and God bless, sir.
Thank you. You take
Take
care.
care.
All.
Yep.
Well, usually on the opposed twin Briggs, you could tell which way it goes because one wire on them is like 10,000 feet longer than the other.
Yeah, well, yeah. Like I
You
said,
just got to go down and around to be able to get that other cylinder.
yeah, like I said, I put it on. I normally pay attention to stuff like that. And now the worst thing about an opposed twin Briggs is getting that bolt out that's under the flywheel for the starter. It's like, God, man, how long am I gonna be out here turning that? I'm like, I got pretty proficient at it, but I'm like, but my Powercraft limited edition Montgomery Ward mower had a opposed twin on it. I took somebody's mail to their house one day over on Bluegill, right address, wrong street. Well, I took the mower off, went back out there, got through talking to the lady, went started back up. It wouldn't do nothing. I'm like, you got to be joking. So I walked all the way home. 45 minutes, or about 30 minutes later, I go back. Still wouldn't do nothing. I'm like, all right, go back home. About an hour later, went back, things started up. I'm like, started getting hot.
Randy from Small Engine Repair. You got a YouTube station or a site?
I'm just sending him a note saying you have my respect. Road calls are my hardest ones.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't stand them. Hey, where'd Klaus go?
He left.
He had to head out there, Ken.
You said something about ending it all.
He had the runs, he said.
Yeah,
There you go.
he's got to walk. No, he has the fast walks.
Mm.
Too much sauerkraut, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I did a road call a couple weeks ago up in Newtown, and the stuff you have to take with you. Luckily, it was a customer. I had done house calls for him, so I knew what to expect. But if you don't, you're taking half your toolbox with you.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why if you're going to do it, you got to set up a truck.
Well,
because
Dick
you- or
Lawnmower
a van or something, because it's
set
just
up a big truck. Lawnmower detective did that. I think he has a
Oh,
big
did it? Yeah.
van. Yeah.
Yeah, he could have was it old Casey Ellis Moore's. He was using his Ford truck, and then he drove 5 hours to Tennessee and got the Dodge Caravan.
right.
Now he does more. And depending on the ride mower, some ride mowers he can just run right up in the back. But sometimes like, oh,
But you know, if you're just even missing a pick or something,
Oh, something that you
you
need
know,
that you
something
don't
pretty
have.
small, you don't
Yeah.
have it. Yeah. I've
Well,
set
you know where I
up-
got screwed one time, Bruce? I was at a guy. I was trying to take a deck off, and the damn hitch pins wouldn't come off, and I didn't have a hook or anything with me. Now I take those spark plug boot long nose pliers, with the little teeny circle on the end.
Yeah.
They work great for
Yeah.
taking out like hitch pins.
So I did a road call a couple of years ago for a Generac generator, but it was an old style where you pull it with a recoil, not ones that are hooked up to the house. And I had to come back to my place twice,
Wow.
and she was 15 miles out of town.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm putting, what am I putting on? 90 kilometers for the one.
What
just
do you
for a
charge
repair.
for that, though?
Well, I actually charged her 2 times 20.
Wow.
And she was really upset. And I said, well, it's $30 worth of fuel and
Yeah.
whatever. And I asked the day I put my road box back against the wall.
I had one where I actually called my son. He was working at Home Depot. I go, "What time you leaving?" He goes, "About 2 minutes." I go, "Grab an 18-millimeter deep socket when the way out and stop here on the way home." And that's what he did.
There was one in the store. That's good.
Yeah, luckily. Yeah.
I actually, as far as I don't do them for other people here at home. I do it for family or friends. But generally here at home, I mess just with my own stuff because I got enough headache doing it down there for the weirdos at the other place.
Hey,
There
friends.
we go. Is that his?
That's Rodney. Yeah.
Okay, that's a nice
Oh.
setup. That's a beautiful setup.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
F-250 with a trailer with tandem wheels. That's perfect. Looks like he's got it loaded up pretty good too.
Hmm.
He's got a food truck.
Nice truck.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
we had a guy who had a gooseneck trailer actually with a full shop and everything in there. He had a lift, he had the air compressors, welders, everything. He could do any small engine repair, but he would actually use that in his driveway as his shop. But
Right.
then he could go on the road though and service anything,
Yeah.
But for the most part, he didn't want to take up his basement space, so he bought a huge gooseneck 50-foot trailer, and that was his
Yeah.
portable shop.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So what I do now is if they're even within 10 miles of town,
Hmm.
I'll make it a double, triple stop in at our Harbor Freight, and I'll go to Princess Auto, which is our Harbor Freight, and I'll do a loop, and then I'll go to the
Oh
customer.
yeah, make it worth the trip. Like today,
Yeah.
I went to purchase in Newtown, and on the way back, I picked up a coil for one of my buddies, and I'm saying because I was going to pick it up yesterday. I go, why should I waste
Mhm.
$6 in gas when
Yeah,
I'm
or
going to
more.
drive past it in the morning?
What I'll do though is I'll get their unit if it's will fit in the truck.
Mhm.
I got nice little wooden ramps that
Mhm.
come, that I carry with me, and I'll just whatever snow blower or anything, and I'll just roll it up there and bring it home, and then I can do all the stuff I want to do to it. Because you might not you might have a whole bunch of bits, but you don't have a drill.
Mhm. Yeah, this morning I went
It's
to the
hard.
Sandy Hook Diner, which I love, and we had sausage, biscuits with gravy, eggs, potatoes. It was pretty good.
Ooh, man.
Yeah. But that
Yeah.
today, the new owner who owns it, it's $15.99 for that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
5 years ago, I actually had a picture, hold on, of what it looked like 15 years ago with the old owner, and it was literally $5 less.
Yeah.
The same meal, but on a plate instead of a skillet, a lot more food, and it was $5 less 5 years ago.
Right.
So, but what
Well,
they
that's
did
called
was,
inflation, right?
yeah, when they bought it, the people who bought it, they're a Hispanic couple, real nice couple, good food too. But it's now sort of like a half Hispanic restaurant and then half
Mm.
the old Sandy Hook. So he agreed when he bought the place to honor their recipes, and they literally sold him their recipes. So there's a traditional menu board that has what they would normally have, so you could order off of that. The rest of it's like their new flair and all that. But the prices, of course, went up. I mean, any diner you go to now, there's only one by us that's literally under $10 for like a breakfast.
Right.
Every other place is $13, $14, $15, $99 for a breakfast.
Yeah,
You know?
and that's US. To me, that would be 21, 22 bucks. here.
I was up with Hank. What was it, Hank, last year or whatever? What did you say it was? 2 pancakes and egg or something? It was like $13 or something.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
crazy.
that's craziness.
Yeah.
I mean, two eggs and a pancake. What's it cost to make?
yeah.
Nothing.
Buck and a half.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But I get my money's worth. I get like 7 cups of coffee. You know?
And you
It
run
was
home.
funny though. But you know what I've noticed though? Some diners, you could tell a good diner has a real man's cup. You go in these like posh diners, it's like a shot glass.
Right.
It's like, where's the coffee? You know?
Yeah.
I like a nice big heavy cup of coffee. Yeah.
That guy.
But a nice
that,
thick
that,
cup too that'll hold the heat, you know, to keep it warm. Definitely.
That restaurant I used to work at in Griffin,
Mm.
long before he didn't do breakfast, but when he built the new building, he did breakfast from 6 to 10. Well, he'd been there since he graduated high school, and he said, "That's it. Sold the restaurant. Ain't no telling what the new owners have done except drop the hours from 7 to 10 for breakfast." But I was like,
Mm.
but that place, they used it in that movie, The Founder, about McDonald's. They used part of that. You know,
You could tell my son doesn't have the biggest appetite when he saw the plate.
Oh, he's supporting his head.
Yeah, he's looking at it like, I gotta eat the whole thing. No, you bring it home. Even today, I brought half of it home. I had it for lunch.
Yep.
Well, now,
Waste
now that I'm not a kid anymore, I do not have the appetite I did when I was in my 30s or
Hey, John.
40s.
Oh, my buddy and I, Rich, my best friend, we would go out and literally go to Sandy Hook, and we'd get 3 breakfasts and split them. So instead of just getting, because there was always something we both wanted, but we didn't want to order it just ourselves. So we'd get a regular, I'd get my biscuits and gravy, he would get what he got, and then let's order another one of these, and we'd split that. Now, he was about 320, I was about 260 pounds. You know, they saw us coming in, and they're like, oh, shit. You know?
Yeah, I was at the Pancake House and I ordered everything I liked on the menu,
Mm.
and the woman's looking like, "Where are all these people?"
Yeah.
And it's for me. I said, "Bring it on."
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. But what we do is they liked us though, because we'd come in. Hey, can I try this with a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this? And by the time we got the check, you know, it was a $60 breakfast. You
Yeah.
know? But
Well,
whatever. How often do you do it, right?
There's a movie with Jack Nicholson where he wants a toasted fried egg sandwich.
Mhm.
And she says, we don't have that. And he says, well, do you have an
Oh
egg,
yeah, do you have toast? Do you have eggs? Yeah.
bread? And do you have butter and some salt and pepper?
It's like yes,
And
yes, yes,
you
but
put
we
the
don't
egg
have that.
between the bread, and then you bring it to me. No, we don't have
What
that.
What movie was that? I remember. Was that One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Yeah, well, it might have been that, or it might even have been Easy Rider.
Oh, could have been. Yeah, I remember that.
He wore the football helmet in Easy
Yeah,
Rider.
yeah, that was Easy Rider. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, go with it.
Hilarious. Every time I order a toasted fried egg sandwich, I think of that.
I lived in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and this was back in the 80s. Some people probably thought I was smoking pot, but I ate 2 Wendy's triples all the way and 2 large fries.
Whew.
Try that now. Yeah. Nope.
6 burgers. Anyway, I should go, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna end it. It's about an hour and 42 minutes or whatever. But anyway, I gotta go out and work on a hedge trimmer and some other stuff. So,
Yeah.
anyway, oh, look at Simone just chimed in. Hey, Simone. Hello.
We're going to get an inch of rain in the next 2 days.
We got it
That's
last
a
night.
lot.
Yeah, it dried up this morning, but we got it. All right. Anyway, goodbye to everybody. Thanks for everyone for chiming in. All the new people that
Thanks
came here.
for what you do,
Simone,
Stan.
I'll get you next time. But anyway, everybody have a great Father's Day tomorrow. Those of you that are celebrating, and we will catch you all next week.